Chase, when we started this podcast, I did not know that we were going to be spending 20 minutes on wiping assholes. I apologize.
Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Phone number 818-253-1693. And, of course, keep the email coming. I will get to these today. It is drafterdark@gmail.com. And do not forget merchandise, store.ymhstudio.com. Lots of great purchases of the mug, guys. Put the mug up there. The Rational Revolution mug is really having its day. People are sending me pictures of them holding the mug. There it is. I will explain to my guest in a minute what these T-shirts are all about. That's not what I wanted you to show necessarily to a newcomer to this show, but good times. So our newcomer is Chase. Chase, I don't know. Chase, what's your last name? I don't even know your last name.
O'Donnell.
Chase O'Donnell, who is someone who Christina P. admires tremendously, and you opened for her on the road. Is that true?
I do. I'm on tour with her.
And she has nothing but glowing things to say about you. So my position is, any friend of Christina's a friend of mine, be part of the Rational Revolution. Let's bring Chase on in here and thump on her a little bit.
And I'm honored to be here.
It's a privilege.
This is a big deal for me.
And you kind of grew up in this area, right?
I did. I grew up just down the street. Yeah.
Crazy. And did you used to listen to the Loveline back in the day? Was that sort of or were you too young for that even?
I believe I was too young for it, but I've heard it.
Heard of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that, let me just frame this for you. Originally we started doing this show. Christina was like, she wanted me to do a show where I talked to comedians, right?
Yeah.
Later she came to be a part of this thing. But at the beginning it was, this is what she would say to me.
Okay.
She'd say, I have a fascination with comedians' minds. They're all fucked up. Find out what's going on with all of them. And so we did a lot of like interviews and finding out and so lo and behold, a lot of trauma and addiction.
Okay, yes,
is in the background for a lot, not everybody, but for a lot of people. So your story, we're going to have to tell your story if you're comfortable.
Sure.
So go ahead.
Okay. Wow. I don't know. I'm sure I have so much trauma, but I'm working it out in therapy. I don't know.
You're disconnected from it.
Yeah, it's down there. Not much addiction.
Is your therapist saying trauma?
I just started therapy in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And she's a great therapist. And a lot's coming out and I'm like, oh, I kind of have a lot of issues because of my childhood. I didn't even know. I thought I had the best childhood ever.
What?
So I get therapy is good for you. I think my thing is I have so much anxiety. I just like all day, every day. It's just underlying.
Well, women have a lot of anxiety compared to men, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's sort of, there's a lot of really, it makes my heart hurt when I think about what women do to themselves. Inventory and blaming and figuring out what my role was. And men do very little of that. We can have anxiety, but it's not because we're scrolling through stuff in our head about what we did or didn't do.
Oh, yeah.
While women do a lot of that.
So it's just our genetic.
It's your setup. Yeah, your setup. So you have to be good to yourself, So a lot of that stuff about being kind to yourself and not blaming yourself and realizing a lot of, if you're doing all that internalizing, it's the opposite of what people with personality disorders do, right? They locate everything outside of themselves out there in the world, and you locating everything inside yourself, and you're blaming yourself and guilting yourself and shaming yourself.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So you actually have to do the opposite. You have to kind of look out in the world for the source of these things. It's not always you. It's a great thing to do that. It's always good to do inventories on yourself because that's the only thing you can change.
Yeah.
But when it gets to the point you're beating yourself up, not so much.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
So you got to take bubble baths and
if that's what does it for you. I'm not sure that would work for me, but yes, if that's what works for you.
Okay.
But still though, anxiety also can be kind of an emotional disconnect. Like when I went to therapy, I had lots of anxiety. I had panic attacks, I had all kinds of great stuff.
Oh yeah, I've had those.
Good, they're good times, right?
Yeah.
Those are fun.
I went to the health center this was during college.
Where were you in college?
UC Santa Barbara. And I said, I'm having a heart attack. And then they said,
and they looked at you and said, honey.
They said, it's an anxiety attack.
Doesn't happen to 19-year-old females.
And they gave me a paper on anxiety attack. And that leads me to my next thing is I'm a closeted hypochondriac. I don't talk about it much because I find people are annoyed.
Oh, I'm used to it. So please have at it. Now's the...
I mean, I hear anything and
Go
I go,
ahead.
that's me. Well,
have at it.
I just got
I know you've got a million questions.
I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. They say, they
Worst thing for
paused it.
hypochondriac. Worst thing.
I mean, I've been having headaches and I'm like, well,
So let me tell you my Johnson & Johnson story.
okay.
So I don't need a vaccine. I had COVID,
Right.
and I'm measuring my antibodies on a regular basis. They are off. I'm one of these people in the
Okay.
30% category that has persistent off-the-chain antibodies. But I told you I was learning Greek before the mic
Yes,
heated up
yes.
because we're
How
going to
exciting.
Greece in about a couple months. We're going for our 30th wedding anniversary. We're going to Greece, and I have had long hauler syndromes. I've had a lot of neurological stuff, and I was like, I got to get my brain back in gear. I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to learn Greek to go to Greece. And it really, really, really helped me. It really was kind of interesting. And now I'm into it. Now I'm learning Greek, Efaristo. My point being,
It helps with the antibodies.
the point being that to do the international travel, I had to take a vaccine.
Got
Okay?
it. Okay.
And I react to everything viral and everything vaccine. I get shitty reactions to everything. So I thought, I'm going to have a reaction. So I only want to do this once. So I'll get Johnson & Johnson. And I don't really need it anyway. If I had a choice, I'd probably take Pfizer because the data's in on that and stuff. But I'll take Johnson & Johnson because it's an old platform and it's an attenuated adenovirus that's altered its DNA to be able to give you the spike protein, like a flu shot. It's much like a flu shot.
Yes.
And I thought, come on. And it's one time. And lo and behold, I had a reaction.
You did.
Oh, did I have a reaction? I was sick. In fact, I came in here and did a couple shows. Do you remember? Did I complain about it when I was here?
You were, but you were also firing on all cylinders. It's the most lucid I'd ever seen you. I'd say you should have a vaccine before
Thank
every
you.
show, Drew.
Thank you. These are my friends, ladies and gentlemen, my friends in control room. But I went home and went to bed, just so you know. It was not, I pushed through, just so you're clear on it.
No, you're a real pro.
So I was sick the next day too. And I woke up, and you can't see this really yet, but because I put makeup on it. Can you see this?
Oh, a little black and blue?
Not a little black and blue. If I took the makeup off, it looks like somebody punched me in the eye. Wow. And we're going to hypochondria
Okay,
together. You
because I
ready?
didn't even know that was something that could happen.
Well, the dreaded complication of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is platelet aggregation through probably something called a phospholipid syndrome, antiphospholipid antibodies. Complicated biology. Your
Okay.
platelets clump. You tend to
Okay.
clot and bleed. It's both things at once. And the dreaded, well, how long ago was your vaccine?
It was
You're
a
done.
month ago.
You're done.
I'm
You're
done.
out.
Okay,
You're
okay,
out.
I'm out.
But the dreaded complication is a clot in the transverse sinus of your skull. And one of the rare presenting features is spontaneous black eye. So I wake up with that in the morning. I'm like, and that was the day they stopped the vaccine from being circulated and reported on the transverse sinus thrombosis. And I'm like,
I thought it
are
was
you kidding
just
me?
females.
It was just
Oh,
females.
no.
It was
Dr.
just as
Drew.
reported. They're waiting to go. My bet, it's 0.00009% probability.
Okay.
Much more likely my wife whacked me in the middle of the night with her fist and when she rolled over, right? And I remember before the vaccine, I had some irritation over here. I still have it. Like something was bugging me here. And so clearly it's just much more likely to be something else than this syndrome, right? So I worried about it for about a day, talked to a couple doctors, and then stopped worrying about it.
Okay.
I also stopped my aspirin therapy, which I take for something else. So, and I'm, day 10, 11 here, and I'm fine.
And you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. But it is interesting, isn't it?
Wow.
Does that raise your anxiety?
Yeah.
So what else are you hypochondriac about?
Listen, I wake up with nausea. I'm like, I'm pregnant.
Don't you have questions? You're sitting next to a physician. Don't you want to ask lots of good?
Oh, yeah. I have a question. Actually,
Okay.
This is a different topic.
Okay.
Protectos in public restrooms?
Protectos. I mean, those wax protectos?
The things you like pull down and you put it.
I didn't know they were called protectos, but thank you for that info.
Protectos. Some restrooms, public restrooms, don't have those, and that's when I'll squat,
You'll hover.
But what is that Protecto really doing, and
Not
is it
much.
necessary?
No.
What's going to happen if I don't use
Nothing.
it?
There's not really nothing that lives on a toilet seat cover, really. A toilet seat.
There's not.
I mean, there's a lot of
you're not
stuff
going
there,
to
but
get like
you're not-
warts on.
No, it just doesn't work like that. It really
Okay.
doesn't. I mean, you can go ahead and do it. I mean, these days we're all hyper aware of surfaces, right? Because even though COVID is not transmitted through surfaces, we became hyper aware early in the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I say good, right? Because surfaces do transmit a lot of stuff. It's just not toilet seats so much. I mean, think about it.
I love
Think
that.
how many people use toilet seats every day.
lot.
Wouldn't you think we'd see a little bit of an incidence of something coming off of that? We see zero.
It's true. I actually have, because I've seen public toilet seat covers that have graffiti carved into them.
Of course.
Can those gather more bacteria than ones that don't?
I suspect they could, but the bacteria that are there are not going to penetrate your skin.
So same
Now,
level of
if you had
protection.
here's a caveat.
Okay.
If you had an open wound on your buttock or thigh, I would not sit on a public toilet seat.
Yeah, no, okay.
Because that kind of bacteria, if there's a defect in your skin, that will get in. That's a problem.
Okay.
But lots
Other
of things
than
are a problem if you
that-
have a defect and you're walking around out in the world. So we want to treat those conservatively and properly. So yeah, you're pretty good with the toilet seats.
I
but-
like to hear that.
yeah.
That's good.
And I'm a big fan of UVC light. I use a thing called an eye wand on everything
Uh-huh.
because it really does sterilize stuff. And if you really want to do something, 10 seconds of UVC light on the toilet seat would do wonders.
I'll pee my pants.
Yes, while
I
you're
don't
waiting.
have time.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So that's one thing I can answer
Okay,
for
that's
you.
one thing. Next, I guess back to the hypochondria. This is like
That was a little on the hypochondria spectrum. It's good.
Okay,
You're still
okay.
there. You're in the right zone.
Thank you. When I'm having these like, oh no, I'm gonna die. When do I go to the doctor? Because I've always found that if I have worried about something, it's nothing to worry about. And now
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just
Yeah.
making up symptoms. When do I go?
Let me just give you some basic stuff. I'm sure I'll miss some things. Obviously, wounds and hot infections and pus and things like that.
I'm talking
you would know
like
that.
swollen glands,
It's nothing.
headache.
Well, headache, that's one of the things I'm going to put on the list. Something called a thunderclap headache, where it's associated with stiff neck, you're like it hits you like something fell on your head. Thunderclap, like really where you're and you can be even like dazed by it, really much like being hit in the head. But neck stiffness being the key component, like the neck is also stiff.
Okay.
That's something to look at. Heart rate over 150, something to look at. Real shortness of breath, not just air hunger.
Yeah.
Like anxiety gives you air hunger,
Yes.
right? But shortness of breath where you are like you're staying at a respiratory rate above 26 or something, you're not, and you're maybe even tiring out. Turn blue is not good.
I've never had any of these.
I'm sure not,
Okay.
because young people don't get these things. So as a young person, this is why. So back when I was doing Loveline, the health issues of young people are reproductive health issues, right? So there's like a severe abdominal pain, is something that you might want to look at.
Okay.
Discharges of various types, somebody might want to look at, right? Reproductive health. Emotional health, right? So we've been talking about that already.
We have.
And substance use. Those are the main health issues of people, under the age of 30 for sure.
Okay.
Think about it. I mean, you don't get coronary disease unless you have some congenital problem, something you're born with. You probably most people already know that. Just general medical screening will pick that stuff up.
Yeah.
Right? So you just
I'm
things don't
feeling
happen
so
to you guys.
good talking
Yes,
to you.
you should. That's good.
Wow.
I mean, infectious diseases, obviously, of a lot of types are a serious problem. Now, back when I was, again, one of the things that motivated me to get on the radio was HIV and AIDS, right? And that was definitely affecting young people for sure.
Yeah.
But if you're not traveling, the kinds of things that are infectious diseases are not that problematic for you.
Okay.
I mean, if you, again, high fevers, you would see somebody, right, above
Yeah,
102.
of course. Yes.
You could get typhus in Los Angeles pretty easily because we have a rat infestation.
I heard the plague is back.
Plague is coming our way.
Yeah.
You would know that if you got that.
Okay, you would know.
You'd be really sick.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, oh, good. I feel like I
good.
can reduce your anxiety a little bit.
Honestly, yeah.
So with my traumatic heritage and my anxiety, my main issue was I was disconnected from my feelings. Let's say, feelings that emanate from the body were vague and distant and weren't really clear to me. And my therapy was about getting connected to all that. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah. And my therapist told me I'm an avoider, and that brings a lot of anxiety. So I don't want to have conversations. And then by putting off said conversations, I just live with this anxiety.
Like, give me an example.
Like telling work I have to be late because I'm doing this show.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in production.
What kind of production?
I work on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Oh yeah, fabulous.
I want to do a set visit.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to do that. Oh my God.
Truly, you just let me know.
I am such a fan of that show.
It's so fun.
I bet.
But having to like be like, sorry, I'm gonna be late. Like just the
but I would argue
anxiety.
that's appropriate because I know, you know what I mean? Because production stuff, they will. I mean, they're going to punish you for this. I'm sorry, we're doing this to you.
No,
But
I had the conversation. It's all good.
Yeah.
Because once I have the conversation, it's all good.
Okay.
I have to tell a
So
friend.
you just avoid. It's hard. So
I avoid.
you have some probably genetic component, as most people do, for your anxiety and panic, right? And so the anxiety comes up, and you don't want to deal with that. You know, you're just sort of avoiding the anxiety as much as the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
You got to lean into it.
Just
Yeah, you got to lean. A certain time, the anxiety will reduce with your therapy, right? But for now, you got to kind of lean into it.
like just be like, this is my anxiety.
It's my anxiety. I have it. It's my thing. I wish I didn't have it. It sucks. But I'm a big person. I'm an adult. We can go be. I'm right now having this crazy. Is this Nadav? You good with this conversation? Because I want to keep going here.
I love it. Keep going.
All right. So I am having this thing right now where people are shitting on me on Twitter for all kinds of crazy things that I did not say and have nothing to do with me.
Twitter.
So my new policy is, particularly when it's a peer or a colleague or somebody I know, I'm calling them. I'm calling them. And I'm not going to crap on them. I just want, because most of the people I would agree with, I'm like, dude, what's going on? How can we find rapport here? This is weird. Explain to me what's going on. Not a single person some will respond by emails, but they will not get on the phone. They're fucking cowards.
Yeah.
And my point is that there's a difference between anxiety and cowardice. And we have a pandemic of cowardice right now. And I don't think what you're talking about is cowardice at all. It's just a biological thing that you have to kind of lean into.
I like
and
that.
as you lean into it, it will help you do things so you don't become cowardly. You could become cowardly avoiding this stuff. You know what I mean? And that's not you.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've had to like train myself. Like, it's okay. I can call Domino's and get a pizza. They're going to be okay with me.
Yeah, you're okay.
Yeah.
So do you have social anxiety? Oh my God, how weird for you. So you're a comedian. Did you know you were a comedian?
Yeah.
In a
I have so much social anxiety.
and does it go away in front of a room?
If I have you mean when I'm on stage?
You were about to tell me about your alcohol problem.
Yeah. If I got a couple drinks in me, it goes away. But on stage, yeah. Once I get on stage, I'm fine, except crowd work really scares me. I do it to grow.
Yeah, same
as a
thing
comedian.
Same. Oh, how do you not do crowds if you're a comedian?
Well, I try to, behind the scenes stuff, I try to write out my crowd work. So I already know how it's going to go. And if they're going to say this, I have an answer for that or
that's
that.
good. So you're that's good. I like that.
But if I'm just on the spot with a crowd member.
Yeah, but that comes later.
Okay.
I mean,
Thanks,
really.
Dr. Drew.
No, because when you get confidence, then you can improvise. Improvising is about giving in, feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you have more anxiety, you're going to say something.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I got anxiety too. I know exactly how it works. Yeah. I know
This is
exactly.
such a good combo for me.
Good. Excellent. But so your thing is in front of a crowd, you feel like you're in control of things, and that's when you're feeling good.
Yeah, especially with stand-up, I know exactly what I'm going to say. It is written out and rehearsed, and they might not know that.
What? Comedy's written out and rehearsed?
But it is prepared.
The Segura's never told me this. I thought everything they did was completely spontaneous.
Can you believe?
I'm really disappointed now. Nadav, I quit.
So I did a lot of improv in my day, and that was way too scary for me.
Okay, well there it is, right? Because that's
Yeah.
not. But good that you did that. You should really maybe do more of it. Again, I think
should.
leaning in is your deal.
Okay, lean in.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done years of it.
Oh, okay.
I would
So
say
good.
10 years of it.
Oh, so fine. You've done so. Lean on it then. Use it.
Lean on it.
Yeah, use
Okay.
it when you sort of. The whole thing with anxiety is exposure, right? There's a obviously we're talking about other psychological aspects of anxiety, but really, if you want anxiety to go down, you expose yourself to the source of the anxiety in tolerable doses. You don't jump in necessarily because you can amplify the anxiety if it's out of control or it doesn't go well. So you got to give yourself, you got to keep moving in, keep leaning in. I really think that's an important thing for you.
I agree with that, and I think every time I do a show, I get less
anxious.
Anxious.
How did you get into comedy?
Such a great question. I actually talked about this on Christina P's show. In high school, I was just such a fan of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. It's a Disney Channel show.
That is a natural path into comedy.
And my life goal was to be a guest star on said show.
Strangely, mine is to be on Curb Your Enthusiasm. So this is really interesting. Let's share this. What a coincidence.
So these are the boys. This is the show. And I got into...
I remember seeing it back
I got
in the day.
into acting class because I just so badly was
is an interesting feature of this. No, listen. That I think people that have I'm not sure I can characterize this, but I've heard this kind of thing before, where people have these almost transcendent experiences with performers, whether it's on a stage or in a TV screen. One of the natural reactions is to want to be in there with them. That's something that people do.
Yeah.
They're like, they makes them so happy, and I got to do that.
Yeah.
I got to go be in that. So I got to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So that makes sense
I had
to
that.
me.
So that's how I got into honestly acting. And then of course High School Musical came out. I got to be in that. And also just
were you singing and dancing at the time?
Oh, sure.
At that point,
yes.
Good.
Went to college for musical theater.
Oh.
I know that you're a musical theater fan.
I am the gayest straight man you'll ever speak to.
We have so much to talk about. Anyways.
What's your favorite musical?
Oh, I mean, at the moment it's Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
But you're sort of Les Miserables zone? Is that sort of...
One day more.
Okay, all right. So that's what I figured. See, I'm a little older schooly, a little bit.
Chorus Line, West Side Story.
West Side Story, Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof, yeah.
I got to see all the greats from the sort of Rodgers and Hammerstein era with the original cast when they did a revival of all that in the 70s.
Wow.
So I got to see Yul Brynner and The King and I got to see Carol Channing and Hello Dolly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's something.
That's amazing.
See?
That's a straight gay man's
That
dream.
is my gay cred right there.
Man.
So you're singing and dancing.
Singing and dancing. Basically, my high school experience was so embarrassing. Just being so obsessed with Disney Channel, I was very much not with the
there's a
cool
there's a whole
kids.
Twitter path down that of kids like you.
Oh, good.
And they wear their ears and they dress up like princesses and they really get into it.
Yeah, I'm less Disneyland Mickey, more like I was just hardcore Hannah Montana.
So hardcore Disney Channel.
Disney Channel.
It's a special thing.
My high school experience was just a series of embarrassing events, and I think
give me one. Of course.
I didn't know so many things. Like a guy was like, "Oh, this teacher had a dildo," and I was like, "What's that?" And then they'd follow me around making dildo vibrating noises.
So
that's bullying.
Really? Yeah. I know. Well, what they're doing right now is bullying too. So I will protect you.
I didn't know it was bullying until I told this story, and people were like, "Oh, that's bullying."
Oh yeah, it's bullying. But was it because you were so childlike?
I was just so innocent. Yeah, Disney Channel was my role model. So I had just a different viewpoint on the world as my peers. And I think I used comedy. Like I
naturally went that way.
Yeah, comedy.
Did you use comedy as a way of deflecting the bullying?
I just didn't respond. I just pretended like I didn't know the bullying was going on. Yeah. Avoidance. There we are. That's your main strategy. But I think just all the things in my life, all these embarrassing stories, I just like would turn it into funny stories and funny. I just was the person
there was
that
the doubt.
made
Remember, we talked to a
laugh.
lot of comedians that this kind of thing, this strategy of using comedy to deal with social functioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very, very common. But you kind of have to have, there's two versions too. There's people that get up on stage on a open mic night and they're like, that's it. I'm doing that the rest of my life. Did you have any that kind of experience with making people laugh, being that euphoric?
Yeah, no, growing up, I was a dancer, and I did all the dance competitions and everything. And, I would always do like the musical theater number and just try to make everyone laugh. Like I was just wanted
you were
to
the
be funny.
comedic actor in musical comedy.
Yeah, and then when I switched to acting, I went to a performing arts high school, and everything I did, the teachers would like purposely give me dramatic stuff because I just wanted to do the funny stuff.
Oh, interesting. What was your highlight comedic role? What was your greatest moment as a comedic performer?
I did this play in college where I didn't have any lines. And I was just in the back, like I was this person at work that just like sticking pencils up my nose. And apparently it was just
hysterical. Good for you.
So yeah, I just tried anything I did with acting, I just would turn it to comedy.
And let me ask kind of a question that occurs to me. Was the laughter more, this just occurs to me, and I don't know if this is even a meaningful question, but was the laughter more rewarding than the applause?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Interesting.
And then I did a one-person show. It was all comedy. And stand-up just happened organically because it's a way to just perform without having to be cast in something.
What was your first comedic stand-up experience?
I was 23 and I had 5 shots of alcohol because I was so nervous.
Did you know it was an open mic night? Were you there to stand up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you went to an open mic night.
I had my 3 jokes prepared.
Where?
It was at UCLA.
Oh, wow. So it was a student open mic night.
Yeah.
Were you still in college?
No, I was a year out. And I did well. And I was like, okay.
I can do this.
5 shots. I haven't drank that much since. I don't have a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I understand. You mentioned a cake when we were mics were heating up, and I thought, cakes at a birthday, that's sort of a specific thing for a certain group of folks. You're not in the special rooms or anything?
What do you mean?
You don't have to tell me. Good. You maybe either you don't want to talk about it, or you really don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Wait. What are you talking about?
Well, in mutual aid societies, cakes are a big deal.
Oh.
And you said I should get a cake for something that really wasn't my birthday.
Yeah.
It was for
celebration.
Yeah. Well.
Oh.
AIDS cakes?
No, when you get your chip, you get a cake for your year of, each year of recovery.
Oh,
So when people talk about cakes,
AA cakes.
Mutual aid societies, we call that.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, is Chase talking that special language to me?
When
that
you
people
said that, I thought you were going to be like, oh, she rewards herself with food.
Oh, I see.
might have
So
an-
back to
she
you
might-
blaming yourself and shaming yourself. So no, I wasn't
She
going there
needs
at
to go
all.
on a diet.
No, I was thinking more in terms of success and recovery. Good for you.
No. Oh my gosh, my brain didn't go there.
So clearly not.
But I'm happy for
people that already get cakes. Me too. I'm very happy for them. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's right. There might be something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving goals. Therapy has been critical for me and from family members. BetterHelp can assess your needs, match you with a licensed therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not a self-help line. It's a professional counseling service done online. Broad range of expertise available. Some of it may not be local available in some areas. The service is available, however, for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime, send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely, thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You won't even have to sit in one of those uncomfortable waiting rooms or meet the person. It's just so much more comfortable just to do it this way. And we're getting used to Zoom. And I'm telling you, the services have been great. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if you need it. And it's more affordable than traditional counseling. And again, our listeners will get 10% off the first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/afterdark. That is better, HELP.com/afterdark. We are supported by Sunday. Sunday is one of those services that you really didn't know you need until you get it. Then you're like, where have they been all my life? It's more than just lawn product care. It's a custom lawn care plan with a variety of ways to grow beautiful lawn, control weeds, remove pet spots. In my case, not only the lawn looks amazing, I can't believe and how quick it came back. And I could not believe the spots my dogs leave completely gone. They have a special way of doing that. I don't know what they did, but it worked beautifully. And control mosquitoes. You just spray it on. It comes to you all that you do an online sort of assessment, and then they just send you the packet you need. You spray it on, and that's it. I cannot tell you how impressed I am with this service. Strangely, I was just looking out there this morning going, oh my God, it's Sunday. Sunday did this. You go to Sunday.com, you put in your home address, they do a free lawn analysis based on the geology of your home, that you really look down in your home and they do an assessment of that geology. It was amazing. They use climate data. It's a tailored nutrient plan made with ingredients you can pronounce like seaweed, iron, molasses. It's phenomenal. Even if you don't think you need a service like this, I urge you to go over to getsunday.com and see their service. You will be amazed at, first of all, the range of how carefully they're thinking things through and how easy it is and accurate it is to get assessment for your lawn. Let Sunday take the guesswork out of growing a greener, more beautiful lawn this spring. Visit getsunday.com/Dr. Drew to get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. That is $20 off your custom plan at getsunday.com/Dr. Drew. So you know what we do in this show, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so excited.
Good. Nadav, did I get to everything, do you think, on Chase, or is there more to be revealed that I missed here?
I feel like once Chase does a couple more therapy sessions, she'll know all the other stuff that she needs to bring.
Well, I guess it does beg two issues, because as we move into this show, so what do you perceive to be the trauma that set you up for the anxiety at this point?
Oh, that set me up for the anxiety? I do believe it's avoiding. I don't know.
Yeah, but where'd the avoidant come from? That's an attachment style, we say.
Apparently, she had me read this book, The Drama of the Gifted Child. Mm-hmm. You've heard of it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have lived it.
Oh, yeah. So apparently I didn't know this, but a lot of like my life, I was like rewarded for like winning gold medals or being a good student.
But what's behind that is not giving you the attuned, connected support emotionally that you needed.
Of like, you don't need to be a successful this or that to be just loved as you are.
That's one layer of it.
Okay.
Another layer is more, the way it's supposed to work with proper child rearing. I had a big dose of the same thing.
Okay.
Is you're supposed to have an attuned, present, bottle, somebody who's, you'll see it with your therapist. He or she. You'll see her on her, you'll notice her face, you'll notice how she makes you feel being around. Those things, that's supposed to be parents supposed to do that. And they're supposed to do a lot of that early on. And probably we didn't get enough of that.
Okay.
Or the right kind of that. And it made us either avoidant or whatever in our attachment styles, because it was either too much or too little or not consistent enough, something. And then where the anxiety really kicks in is what's supposed to happen next is something called rapprochement, where you go out into the world and then you come back for refueling. So you were probably just sent out in the world. Look how great you are. And that was your fuel. It was just, you're great. Rather than coming back for, look at what I did. Like, look, that's nice. And was it scary? Was it this? To try to attune to what you're actually experiencing as opposed to being what the parent needs you to be, which is great.
Right.
And this is not, I don't want to make another victim of all this. Like we all make parenting, none of us are perfect parenting. Sometimes it's the genetic mixture of the child and parent doesn't match right. And there can be lots and lots of reasons for this. So I don't want to blame parents per se as much to
We're
say,
all doing our best.
Yeah, as much to say that's how this happens. That's how this happens.
And then a lot of putting my needs over here and taking care of everyone else.
Right.
What did you say, Nadav? Put the fire on yourself and...
Oh, yeah, don't light yourself on fire to keep other people warm.
That's what I do.
That's like what that I one, do. Nadav. Whoa, where'd that come from?
I know.
That's how I think in sayings, and that's one of my favorite ones.
You think in sayings? You mean you invented that?
No. Okay. Like I definitely heard that. So I like it.
But it's the other name for that is codependency, right?
Oh.
That's codependency.
Oh, boy.
And so it's an asset. I hope people don't mind us talking about this, because I'm indulging myself as much as you, because I'm into this stuff too, and I think it's important to educate people about this stuff.
Yeah.
So people kind of experience themselves through two perspectives, two general postures. There's lots of things in our brain that are sort of postures or constitutions, but one of them is you either experience yourself first and then other, or you experience others first and then yourself. Right. That's right. Me too. Right. And when you do that, you end up having bad boundaries. It's hard for you to tell what's somebody else's pain and what's your pain, for instance. You just need to stop it in the other person. And really, you don't know whether that person needs that pain stopped or not. You just need to stop because it's so painful to you. That's your pain. And finding that boundary is very challenging for people like you and me. We need a lot of practice at it.
I'm so touched that you're comparing us.
We have the same. We're structured very similarly.
That. Wow.
Yeah. These are common things. And
okay.
These are, and they're actually, now I want to stroke you a little more even now. So, which is these become assets because you are highly attuned to other people and you do really care about other people. You experience everything through other people. It's very meaningful to you, but you can't let it, when it's blurring into your feelings being mobilized by other people. Now that's kind of narcissistic, right? It's no longer really altruistic.
Yeah. Can I ask, are you a Pisces?
Virgo. Okay. Virgo. Does that
I don't know.
make any sense at all?
I don't know. I just know about Pisces, but it sounds like we have the same astrological.
It's the we are sort of, let's just say we had similar issues.
Wow.
Yeah, similar. I get the feeling that you get a higher burden because of what women do to themselves. And I think your genetic setup may be a little more too, also that way. I shouldn't be this bad with my anxiety stuff. I really shouldn't. And with lots of therapy, I'm not so much anymore.
Okay.
So.
And my therapy is going to help me.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, you're going to be shocked. But you got to stick with it. You gotta stay.
I'm paying a pretty penny.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's worth it.
You got to tell me after who it is. I'll let you know. If
Okay.
So as I said, you know what we do on this show. Oh, that was the other issue, which is, there's a lot of white and brown and yellow talk on this show, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yes. And so any relationship, sexual issues, how'd that all develop for you? Everything okay? Are we going to step on any landmines for you?
No, we won't be stepping on landmines.
Okay.
I'm going to be contributing to some advice, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
I hope to just be here to help.
Share your own experiences?
I feel like I brown a good amount.
Good. That's
the normal amount.
Yeah. You're not like Annie. You don't wait a month in between.
No, I'm not like Annie. No problems there. And
the white doesn't apply, but not necessarily. Unless, no.
And yellow.
So it'd be clear for women, right, Drew?
Interestingly, I'm always trying to be very accurate. So hold on, tighten your seatbelt. This is where you tighten the seatbelt. So women can have emissions that are quite cloudy. And they call that squirting sometimes, or female ejaculation. And only a few women really produce that stuff. And it's probably the Bartholin's glands, the Skene's glands, and some individuals that's your thing. Your thing? Not your thing. It's a small, rare group. So white, brown, and it sounds like you were sort of late to the game with relationships and sexuality.
Yeah, I had my first boyfriend at 17, which is actually not bad.
Kind of normal for a kid, a Disney kid.
Yeah, by the time I got to junior, senior year, I became a little more normal. More like, hip and cool with it.
I see. Junior, senior, high school. Okay, got it.
High school, yeah. So I feel like I'm average there, not ahead of the game, but
we'll find out.
Okay.
Boyfriend now, relationship now, or?
Yeah.
And what's your comedy mostly about?
It's about, I do talk a lot about my embarrassing stories from high school. I talk about being in a sorority. I talk about being super lazy.
You're super lazy?
So lazy. Well, I'm not really.
You're in production.
I'm a very hard worker. Yeah. I guess.
But your belief about yourself, your self-concept is lazy.
I guess just like when I'm not working, I just want to sleep. Is that normal? That sounds very normal. Okay.
Sleepy. Check your thyroid. I'm more worried about that than all your other lymph glands and everything else. Okay. So let's get your thyroid checked. Well, let's do a couple emails and you see what you have to say about this.
Okay.
Hi, mommies. I have a question regarding yellow. Sometimes when I'm done making yellow, my balls will start to hurt. You may not have a direct experience with this.
Okay.
Like they've been stung for around they sting for 5 to 15 seconds. Not sure it's something to do with the way I sit down or something. Sit down?
He sits down to pee.
Some boys do that, right?
Not unless they have a phimosis or something, or rather
if it's right after
epispadium. What's the word I'm looking for? Epispadium? Help me.
Hypospadium.
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 There we go.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. The COVID brain has really been quite interesting and not fun.
Yeah. Oh, I heard. You've been a little foggy.
I can't find the word hypospadius. So I'm guessing this is probably pubococcygeus and cremasteric muscle spasm.
No, you can just
I'm guessing. That,
Wow.
there's a lot of musculature down there that can create these kind of visceral pains, and most people don't get it after urinating so much that they can. I also worry there could be something structural with the urethra. There could be a little stricture or something, and that may be what's sort of setting them up for that discomfort. So it might not be a bad idea to see a urologist just in case that's what the deal is. See?
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Hello, my king and queen above 18. The friend of mine told us in a group chat that her butthole starts to tingle after 2 drinks. 5 drinks? No.
No, I've never had that problem.
Okay. She can tell us when she is drunk based on how tingly her butthole is. This is a new threshold, a new scale, the butthole scale. God, she was butthole tingly drunk. She then asked if she was broken. I honestly don't know. Is she broken? You bet I'm coming up in May. Nadav, you bet I'm coming up in May is just, it's taken off.
We love it, dude.
My wife finally asked me, what is this? Because on my streaming show, people keep saying it at the end of every call. And I made her watch the whole thing with...
The thing with the king?
That wasn't the king. It was with...
oh, yeah, sorry. Ed Asner.
Ed Asner, right. And she was mad at me for making her watch it. So there you go. But you have to understand the context. So you bet I'll be coming up in May. Do you understand the context of that?
I thought you had a live show happening in May. Every time I've heard it, I'm like, oh, they're coming to the show in May.
Nadav, you know what that means.
Yeah, let me try and find.
Okay.
Oh,
I think we have to show Chase.
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think we must show you. I apologize now. My wife's mad at me for watching it. You'll never forget. You bet I'm coming up in May. It'll make perfect sense for you from now on, and never be otherwise. She is not broken. She has a unique butthole, and good for her for the. And let's be fair, the smooth muscle down there is under some sympathetic nervous system input, and maybe that's all relaxing when she's drinking, and so there's some sort of weird symptomatology. Oh boy, this is
a long.
I got it ready.
All right, Chase. So I think we should get right to it. Do we have to watch the whole thing?
Well, here's the thing: is that we have so many videos of this guy. I'm kind of don't remember which. Oh wait, hold on.
It's the meaningful one. It's where he finishes.
Homie, there's every single video of him he's finishing. So,
really?
Yeah.
I've only seen the one where he's coming up in May.
I have 4 different videos over here, and they all involve coming.
This isn't what I was expecting.
So good. There he is. That's not the one. I don't think that's the one, is it?
Oh no.
There it is. We have to see it because it's especially disturbing when you see this gentleman.
Is this?
I feel so bad for him.
Is this on a OnlyFans page or?
Right before you come,
Here
I'll
it
swallow if I want to. I have no problem swallowing. I'd stop for a minute and I'd put a big hickey on your inner thigh there and just suck on that and make it nice and red and let you remember me after I'm gone.
That's Ed Asner.
It's not really
turn over and I would
just
play with your cheeks, maybe even massage your little hole and make you feel just the only man in my life. You're just it.
Chase, you can shut your mouth now.
Well, it's normal size. It's not that big. Well, the one thing that I'm going to tell you is that the first time
it's hard for me to watch.
It's going to be quick with me because it's been a long time.
And it is quick for him. And
okay, you come. Let me see how much.
I spent a lot of my days here with my hands over my mouth and eyes. This is one of those things.
Okay.
How much? How big a load I'm going to swallow? I need it. I need it right now.
Oh no! Are we going to see it?
I need it right now. Okay.
You don't have to watch if you don't want to.
Can you see this?
Where do you find these?
Don't ask me. They show them to me and make me disgusted and upset.
Okay, give it to me now.
Ed Asner's really bringing it.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
Mark?
I'm going to put this in your mouth, and you're going to have to suck it dry.
But I think Mark put this video out, so I don't think Mark had Ed's best interests at heart.
This was actually in Ed Asner's will that after, because, Ed is no longer with, at least this version of Ed. And so his request is that after he died, that Mark upload all these videos onto xvideos.com.
Seriously?
Yeah, and so this is actually part of his will and testament. And so
what?
Yeah.
How did you find that out?
It's on his Xvideos profile.
No way.
That's bullshit.
I promise you it's not. This was a dying wish.
So We haven't gotten to the payoff yet. I don't mean the
Yeah.
I mean the line.
Why is it paused?
You're right.
Yeah, Chase wants
Let's
to
keep going.
The coming up in May has to.
Oh no.
That beautiful mouth.
Oh.
Give it to me, Mark. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, that's going to be good. Oh, that's going to be good. Oh. Damn.
Now listen carefully.
You bet I'm coming up in May. You better believe I'm coming up
That's
in
why
May.
they're coming up in May.
So there it is.
You are terrific. I know you're going to be good in bed. That's all I can say.
So you see, this is just a kind of a video session of two people that have not met up yet.
Yeah. Right. What's the matter, Chase? You okay? So
aren't
you glad you skipped work today?
It was just
I can feel it.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to be
So
good.
this is how I got involved with your friend Christina P. and Tom Segura, her husband, because they kept showing me this shit and liked seeing me with my hands over my face all the time. So there's lots of other videos that they showed me that weirdly I've been kind of desensitized to lately.
We have
I've
three
noticed-
other ones with that.
I've noticed my hands don't come to my face as much these days as they used to, but this brought it all back. All the shame and guilt.
So we don't know where this is online. You guys just have sources and you found it.
Oh, I mean, it's on xvideos.com.
Sure.
It was
Okay.
the originals were uploaded.
Your mom's house has
That's
this.
what they called Oriental warts.
Wow. Your mom's
That's
house.
a medical term, right?
Your mom's house has not really. Your mom's house has the most extraordinary fans I've ever encountered.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are. They're into it. They're in, and they send this stuff to Tom and Christina. They send it to them.
Yeah, they don't even have to research anymore. They get sent it.
Oh, this has been going on for a long time. They get sent it, and that says something about the fans, right? Mm-hmm. And yet, whenever I encounter the fans, they're not a lot different than you. They're usually well put together young females with like often brown hair and housewifey, right?
I've been meeting a lot of them on tour with Christina.
Right? Don't they seem very like put together? And
well spoken.
Clearly, there's a dark side to that world, and they're enthusiastic about their fandom of your mom's house.
Yeah.
I think, Nadav, one of these days we need to put one of them in this seat here and see what's going on.
Oh, careful what you wish for.
Because they really are a mystery to me. They're I interacted with one on Clubhouse the other day, and she was this lovely, smart, well put together woman. No hint of the stuff you and I have, the anxiety, nothing. No hint of any of that. And her interest was in the relationship between me and Tom and Christina and my wife. Like that was fascinating to her. I don't know why. And I don't know why the context requires this, but this is what brings them in.
Wow.
Wow indeed. Wow indeed.
You know, that's the wildest thing I've seen all week. All
sit
year.
tight, honey. We got more for you. This is your mom's house. Have you not been exposed to a lot of this stuff?
I have. I just when it's right there.
It was a little much.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess you're right. This week is probably the most you can come. Let's maybe we'll just, since we've done the white, let's do a little brown. Maybe a cool fart. Cool guys. You know what cool guys are, right? Yeah. And by the way,
oh no.
I'm not sure I needed the video. That's the least. I guess that's the cool part.
Now that was 3 different octaves. Like medically speaking, what is happening?
I think
in that
there's
breath?
a certain, like Will the Farter on Stern Show. There are people that can suck in and then push out and to produce different kinds of pitches and different qualities.
But his leg didn't even move when the pitch.
I think he's one of those guys. Well, I assure you,
Let's go back to the.
Hang on a second. The what's it called? What the like clarinet players have and horn players?
The reed.
No, what they do with their mouth. The embouchure. The embouchure, I'm sure, was different. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Maybe you ought to look up embouchure, and you will immediately get my reference.
Oh.
That's really sucked in. Oh. Yeah.
There's like 8 different stages to this.
Yeah. The embouchure. Look up embouchure. Show me a picture of an embouchure, and you'll see why he's able to do this.
I don't even
I'm not
know
sure
how
on
to
the
spell
spelling. I'm not
embouchure.
sure either, but embouchure.
embouchure.
Yes. Let's show a picture or an image. There
yeah.
it is. All the different qualities that they make with their lips.
You're saying his butthole is doing that?
His butthole has embouchure, is what I'm saying.
Wow. I guess that's a talent.
Right? Good for him.
Good for him. Oh gosh.
Prosthetic assholes. Not something you're into.
That video.
Just farting generally. It's not. Some women are like find it hysterical. Some women are like just not into it. It's like there's a dividing line in certain humor when it comes to women.
Yeah, no, I didn't find that funny. Yeah.
And so I would imagine you're in this group that finds, say, the Three Stooges a mystery. Is that you? You don't know why that's funny.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
See, there's
But
a
I
Three
like
Stooges
it.
fart connection.
Okay.
It's for the male brain, who finds that hysterical for no good reason. And so women, being more evolved, look at that and go, why is that funny? But then as a young man pointed out to me from what was the name of that band called, like Dogfish or something? We had him on radio years ago. He said, what is not funny about a fart? It sounds funny. It smells funny. And it comes out of your ass. So
But I guess
he had a
he
good
has a
point,
good
right?
point.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
So there you go. Here we go.
But that was nothing.
And
Okay.
I saw a video, Nadav. This is another thing I'm asking you maybe to set up, where a woman was turned into a cool guy, and I thought, wow, they withheld that video from me.
You're going to need to be more specific than that.
Tom was laughing his ass off about it recently on your mom's house.
Still more specific.
She had nice teeth at the beginning, and she turned into a cool guy with lots of bleeding.
Starting to narrow it down.
Okay.
She got drunk, I think, and was standing on her boyfriend's shoulder.
Oh, was she drinking mimosas? Okay,
yes,
I think
mimosas.
I know what you're talking about.
Mimosas.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, 5 mimosas to be exact. 5 mimosas.
Oh.
And I thought, man, you guys have withheld this one from me because I've got something to say about this one.
Oh, I'm excited.
So one of the criteria for a cool guy in Christina's mind is teeth. She's obsessed with teeth. Have you noticed that? Yeah. You've noticed it because you have a big bright smile. So I guarantee you she has said something about it more than once to you.
Yeah, that I have nice teeth.
That's not normal. Not normal not to have the nice teeth, but for her to talk about it.
Nice teeth.
She talks about it incessantly. Nice teeth is a weird thing, but because that's her thing, the fucked up teeth are like a big problem for her. They're a violation of her sensibilities, those delicate sensibilities we all know she has, right? But this is the lady.
Oh, no.
This is the young lady. I dig this girl. But in any event, one of the cool guy criteria is fucked up teeth, right? And this young lady turns into a cool guy right before our eyes.
Okay, let's see.
There's also a TikTok cool guy sign too, which is a drifting eye.
Oh.
You'll notice the cool guys on TikTok have a drifting eye.
Okay.
The cool guys out in the sort of YouTube world have messed up teeth. Yeah,
okay.
so
Okay.
just got to get you on board with all this stuff.
Thanks, Dr.
Yeah,
Drew.
you bet. Okay, here's this young lady, lovely young lady, beautiful teeth, interestingly, to start with. Yeah.
This is me after 4 mimosas.
This is me after 8 mimosas.
This is me after 2 mimosas. This is me after, I think, 6 mimosas. This is me after 7 mimosas.
This is me after 2 flights of mimosas. This is me after all the flights of mimosas. Don't talk. I'm
This is what she does. This is what she does.
I saw
This
this.
is her move.
I saw this. I'm scared.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh my God. Ah, cool guy.
Yeah.
Knocked out 4 teeth there.
Yeah, I saw.
Now, if you just saw that picture of her, you would think there's a cool girl.
Yeah,
Cool gal.
yeah.
This is a cool gal. She was converted instantly into a cool gal.
Yeah, I didn't know that was possible. Just posted, I think, on Tom's or some.
Yes.
Because I just watched this too.
Yes.
Oh.
Any thoughts?
So terrible.
Yes.
That is so terrible.
It's terrible. Good news is there's great dentistry out there these days.
You can just
put
get
them,
in
re-implant them. Yep.
Oh, put in the real teeth?
Implants, or even sometimes put the real ones back in. But look how lovely those teeth are.
So
but I didn't
beautiful.
know you could turn somebody like that into a cool person.
No.
I didn't. Look.
No.
She's like perfect. She's perfect. Oh, it's such a transition.
Oh my
I didn't think that was
gosh.
possible. She's another one. Nadav, you know how I get. This is another one I want to talk to. I want to talk to this young lady. So if anybody knows how to get in touch with her, I'm dying to talk to her.
What would you ask her?
I'd be very, I'd be very concerned about her, right? And that she's okay and everything is good now. I'm sure she's okay. But that transition to a cool guy, I'm so fascinated by it.
What's it like to lose all your confidence in 2 seconds?
What is it like to become a bloody mess without any teeth? And it literally is like a cartoon where somebody walks in the room and their hair is all done up, and then she goes.
Yeah.
I mean, go back to her. Even her hair's fucked up. It's like they put her in mud or something. She became a cool guy. There's all
so beautiful.
Look.
Oh my God.
She's beautiful and well kept, and all of a sudden now she looks like she's been smoking crack for a little while. I mean,
for
she really
a long time.
I mean, it's
for
like,
years.
I want to know, first of all, were you smoking crack? Was it just the mimosas? Did this somebody? And how does somebody navigate that transition?
After 4 mimosas.
She was
just
mimosas.
having fun, and then she took it too far.
And I'd like to know from her perspective, is there a lesson to be learned? I don't want to get up on my pulpit and preach. I wonder if she has learned a lesson from
and I wonder if she remembers it. Like, it might not have even hurt.
Good point. That might be part of the cool gal transition. It's like you have to be in a black house.
Yeah.
Good for you. I like that addition.
Thank
We'll
you.
find
Yes.
out. I got to talk to her to find that out. Anybody knows her, get her in touch with us.
TikTok handle is right there. I'm
where
sure
was
we
it?
can. It's on the TikTok. You can just message her.
Nadav. Let's
Right there.
Autumn Kathy 6.
Yep, there she is.
Autumn Kathy 6. We
Just
are
slide
looking for
into
you
her
at
DMs.
We're looking for you at your mom's house. Autumn Kathy. I gotta write this down. Autumn Kathy with a C. I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
Autumn Kathy. Not a cool gal name.
No.
Autumn Kathy 6. With a C. Did I say it again?
With a C and with an E before the Y.
Autumn Kathy 6.
Ugh. All right. Now really not cool. Are you still going to the post office? Still paying full price for postage? Not at stamps.com. You don't have to. Mail and ship anytime, anywhere, right from your own computer. Send letters, packages, pay less. Discounted rates from USPS and UPS and more. We were early adopters of stamps.com, and I cannot recommend it strongly enough. No, you don't need to go to the post office anymore. This brings the service of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer. If you're a business, you can't live without stamps.com. You simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7, and you know exactly what the appropriate postage is for any letter, any package, any class of mail. You get discounts up to 40% off post office rates and up to 66% off UPS shipping rates. And of course, stamps.com is a fraction of time of going to the post office. You've heard me talk about it before, so stop wasting time going to the post office and go to stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with our promo code Dr. Drew, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in Dr. Drew. That is stamps.com, promo code Dr. Drew, stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. All right, let's hear a voice message. Give me a good one.
Hey, Mommy, it's Alex. I was born with where your dick hole is in the wrong place. Luckily for me, it was right on the bottom of like the head of my dick.
Yep.
So not really.
That's the most common one. That's the most common one.
And they fixed it like when I was born, but basically it's not totally fixed, and my other hole kind of still leaks, you know.
That happens.
Oh, God.
And like when I make white, it comes out of there too. Doesn't really affect anything, and I still have sex just fine. I was kind of wondering if I should consider getting this fixed or having surgery to fix it. I'm kind of scared and feel like it might not be necessary at this point. So let me know. Thanks.
What a bright, sparkly personality
Alex,
he has.
yeah.
So let's see if I can show Chase what a hypospadias is. Let's get her some images up here.
Here we go. Let's
you know what it is?
No, I'm learning so much.
This is good. You see those holes along the midline there? During development, the urethra doesn't always make it all the way out to the tip. It can go any of those places or any combination of those places. It can go a couple places sometimes. In his situation, he's saying
just right under
and at the tip. He has like two, or maybe
at
they
the
fixed
coronal.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Corneal.
The cornea.
The cornu, which is the corona, which is the rim.
Okay.
The rim of the penis. So cool.
Okay.
All right. You all good so far?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
And so he had it repaired. And I have something to say. I've said it before in the show that there's this weird thing going on where people with ambiguous genitalia and midline errors of development, which are exceedingly common, should somehow leave them alone. no. I want to use stronger language, but I'll just say no. These things need to be repaired, just like if somebody had a cleft palate. It affects functioning. It affects lots of things. And you repair it early, and the earlier you repair it, the better the outcome, period.
But he said he repaired it at birth.
Which is when they do it. Okay. But what he's saying is that there's still a little hole there.
Yeah.
Now, my bet is they'd leave it alone if it doesn't bother him. That's my bet. Because it really doesn't have that much functional significance. He's not having any pain. It's not the urethra that's made to go to the tip is functioning pretty well. It's just been probably some recanalization of the old one, like it opened back up.
Sure.
And that could happen even again if he had the repair. And if this isn't bothering you that much, I mean, definitely see a urologist about it. But if it's not bothering you, I mean, what's the big deal? It's a circus trick.
Because I was going to say, get that repaired. So if you say don't, I trust you.
Well, here's what's an important part of this, though. Men are very self-conscious about these parts of their body. So let's say you encountered that out in the wild. Would that be a problem? You have a little disgust look on your face. It would be disgusting.
I think I wouldn't like it. Yeah.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure.
So here's what I saw on your face, which is awesome.
Okay.
I saw first disgust.
Okay.
And then I thought, well, if I really like him, right?
Right.
Maybe it would be okay.
Yeah, it's this game I play called Deal Breaker. Like, he's perfect in every way, but he has just a little cornal whatever. And is it a deal breaker?
Coronal hypospadias.
That one.
He just has a hypospadias.
And so if he's perfect in every other way, maybe not.
So that is an interesting slippery
red flag, but
red flag concern, not even red flag, just concern.
Concern.
But it sounds like you could go down a little bit of a slippery slope though if you're not careful.
Could I?
Yeah. Like show me micro penis.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
See, I'm so sorry to the men that have them. I just think it's a deal breaker for me.
Yes. Okay. Well, you're clear about that. Well, that's not micro. That's just cold. There's micro. That's micro.
So the people at home can't see this. So why don't you explain between a cold penis and a micro penis?
Cold penis is just retracted. It's just you can see there's some girth there and whatever, and probably he's a grower, not a shower.
Like a Greek statue.
Yeah, a Greek statue.
Penis.
This looks like a clitoris. And that's like a
just a little
oversized clitoris, and that's sad.
And what percentage of men have this?
I think it's awfully rare, but let's look up incidence micropenis. Just add that word, micropenis incidence. Incidence? No, CE, not incidents. You're going to see episodes then. CE. Can you read that? I can't quite read it. 0.6%. I'm surprised that it's that much. 1.5 in 10,000 verts. 1.5.
A lot.
So it's 1 in 10,000. So you could come across one of those. Yeah, it's
and
sad.
I haven't.
Good.
But I do think that would be a deal breaker for me.
I think it's unfortunate that's okay.
But, yeah.
It's okay. So your slippery slope has limits. You won't slide all the way down and excuse everything with a male.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have clear.
Yeah. Oh, you were worried that it might not be a deal breaker?
I was worried how far you would convince yourself of things.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's perfect in every way except for the micropenis. We'll figure it out.
His eyeball falls out when he sneezes. Yeah.
Right. So you have limits. You're pretty good with boundaries.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's go with another voice message. We got a lot of mileage out of that one. Whew.
Hey, Dr. Drew, it's Dan from Bowling Green, Ohio. So I was having sex with my girlfriend, and we were kind of high, and she forgot that she had a tampon in. She actually remembered, but then she forgot to take it out later. So we had sex, and then we went to the doctor to take it out right after, and we each had a gummy, so it was interesting. My question is there any long-term or any side effects that we should look into after that? Any advice would be appreciated. Thank you very much, and have a good day. And you bet I'm coming up in May.
You bet, sir. Great question, common problem. Any history with yourself and stuff?
Yeah,
I saw that. I can read you pretty carefully now, pretty well. I see you.
So quick.
Yeah.
Those Diva cups.
Yeah.
I had.
Do you like those?
No.
Don't like them.
I like what they do. I like that they're,
you like the idea of it.
friendly.
Yeah, you like the idea of it.
But I had like a throwaway Diva cup that I thought I had just fallen out. Like I just didn't know it was still in there, and I had a Diva cup in me for a month.
That's actually dangerous.
I know.
Yeah.
I was not. This is why I won't do it again.
Did you have to have it taken out, or just you find it?
No,
figured it
it
out?
just
you figured it out.
There was like pain down there. I was like, I don't know what this is going on, and then it was a diva cup.
Ugh. So what those guys did was perfectly fine, right? That's a nothing.
They had sex
They had
with the
sex.
tampon
The tampon was in. It goes up. Show me a cervix.
Show him a cervix.
And it goes up an area called the fornix. It's not showing it. The cervix kind of there. You can kind of see it up. On that guy. Yeah, not really. The pink one, that one. See how it's sort of the vagina kind of goes up around the cervix?
Yeah.
Stuff can get stuffed up in there, right? And
Yikes.
really pretty easily. And and all kinds of things can end up there. And women, like even condoms end up there.
Oh.
Tampons end up there. Cups end up there. And the really sad, the very dangerous part with your cup is it probably was over the cervix still, right?
Oh my gosh.
And this is the problem with all these things, particularly if they're occlusive, is you can get toxic shock syndrome.
That's what I hear.
Yes. And I've seen toxic shock before. It is nasty. It is terrible. People like die. And there's not a lot you can do once it really gets going if you don't come to the doctor fast enough. And,
and they say this is what happens if you just sleep with a tampon in. They try to scare you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the idea is that there's a rash with toxic shock. That's what they're showing you here. And it has to be kind of occlusive and has to be prolonged. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so that's the problem of things getting stuck up there. And there's some risk always of it sort of, it gets bacterial involvement stuff and it can be a problem. So it's so good that they went to the doctor, had it taken out. Doctors take this shit out all the time.
Really?
All the time. They have these long forceps and pull stuff out and it's like no big deal. So, and it's a very, very, very smart. So you don't feel humiliated, don't feel ashamed. It's just like if
you just go and say,
it's just like if you,
it's another Tuesday.
If you went to your doctor for a sprained ankle or something, it's like, hey, we had this thing happen. Please yank it out. That's
okay.
all. So good.
So they're okay and they won't experience side effects.
Well, here's what's interesting about this couple. Most people don't do exactly what they did. They are exceptional. They did what they took care of business and they were not ashamed of things. They did what they're supposed to do and that's good.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Good for them.
Voice message. Give me a female voice message too, because we got to give Chase the full flavor of all the different kinds of things we get here.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Hitler. This is Katie from Texas. I was just calling in to ask what you think about chiropractic care for babies. That means like infants, newborns, all that stuff.
Yeesh.
Thanks.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Did you say chiropractic?
Chiropractic care. I don't know why you would do that. You need a pediatrician to take care of a baby. Babies are, look, in human history, humans did not make it out of childhood. That's why, by the way, you should always know that real life regressions aren't real, because if there was just random life regressions, all of us would die in childhood. Because you either died in childbirth or childhood. Like literally only a couple out of 10 would get out of childhood, throughout human history.
Yeah.
Because there are serious childhood illnesses, lots of them. You do not. I was so anxious when my kids were kids because I know what can happen to children.
I'm sure.
Protein. That's why there are children's hospitals. It's not because it's convenient to have kids in one place. It's because they have a massively different set of conditions. That's why we have a pediatrician
and not a chiropractor.
Don't go down that path. Don't go down that path. Too important. I don't know why you would. Maybe there's some reason. Maybe the kid
has a bad back,
shoulder pain.
Yeah.
All right. Another voice message.
Hey, Dr. Mommy. Hey, Tina the Slut. This is Catherine, and I'm from Alabama, and I definitely have an odd question that I would love for one of you to answer, because for the last 2 years of my life, it has haunted me. My best friend shared some pretty shocking news with me that her boyfriend stands up to wipe after he browns, and this topic started a controversy in our friend group. I found out that 2 more boys in our group also do that, which is too many, if you ask me, and it's pretty fucking gross. Before you ask, no, they don't brown standing up. These men go from an already seated position to standing up in order to wipe. I'd like to know whether or not either of you have ever heard of this. If you have, what would compel anyone to do such a thing? And if you haven't heard of it, do you suggest that I start looking for other friends? Piss on me, beat me, I'm coming for that booty. That's in May.
In May.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Wow. Woo, love this lady. What is the region of most of your mom's house fans? Are they is South, East, any overrepresented?
It's all over.
Okay, it's not some overrepresentation by one region, no?
No, not really.
Okay.
We're bi-coastal. We're up in the mid.
Oh, I know there's international stuff too. Okay. So Catherine.
Catherine sounds sheltered.
Oh, Nadav, you want to tell us something?
Yeah, I wipe standing up. I heard it was a coin flip. I thought it was like, oh yeah, half people wipe sitting down, half people wipe standing up.
What?
Well, let's mine this for Chase has this sense of disbelief and curiosity on her face.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me more. Catherine's question was, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, so you're telling me I'm supposed to sit down, brown, and then like lean over to the side and wipe? It's like, I feel like
No, you don't need to lean over.
Women do all kinds of maneuvers.
you go up the gut down the middle?
Or you can go at the back, just straight back.
Yeah, but that all involves leaning. It all involves, like, you need to give your hand access to get in there because the hole is facing down into the wall.
So hold on. First of all, I insist that you share this with Tom or Christina next time at your mom's house. Okay?
That I wipe standing up?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please. There will be a reaction. I promise you.
No,
so
Chris
I
wipes
promise
standing
you.
up too. He just said it.
Okay. This is great. What we found is people that like your mom's house, there seems to be a correlation there. I wouldn't call it causation, but there's a correlation there.
Is it because you pee standing up, so you're just used to standing in the bathroom? It's a comfort?
No, because I mean, I will say that after browning and I need a yellow afterwards, I'll just be like, I could just keep sitting down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So here's the problem and this is why Catherine, Catherine,
you could get the right angle standing up.
Here's why Catherine's sensibilities are a little shaken.
Okay.
You're not a small man.
This I can confirm. Yes, okay. I just got my second vaccine dose.
So we've talked. Good. We've talked about how access is sort of the goal of the lean, right? Access.
Right.
Yeah. So access becomes altered at the point at which the spreading of the gluteal muscle closes, right?
So okay, all right.
Yeah, go with me. And so her concern is, man, how can you get? First of all, it's going to spread everything all over like peanut butter on shag carpet as soon as you stand up. You understand?
Yeah.
Chase, am I onto something here?
What a visual.
Thank you. And especially with the dog, I'm especially appreciating this visual.
Hey, I don't get that messy over there. Also, I have a bidet at home, so you know.
Well, that's different.
You stand up for the bidet?
Well, I stand up for the drying.
Well, that's different.
But I mean, before the bidet, I was still a stander. I stand in the office.
So these gluteal folds come together. And now we have shag carpet spreading the peanut butter all over the place. Now it's a really kind of a project to get that out of there, right? And how do you get the proper access? Are you grabbing one cheek and pulling it aside?
Oh
no!
Sorry, Chase. Chase just almost threw up there. She almost threw up. We almost had one.
I'm arching my back a bit, but also, Drew, my butthole is pretty hairless, and also I'd like to.
That's impossible.
No, it's not.
You shave it?
No. It's just naturally.
You wax it?
I'm one of the most hairless Jays you'll ever see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I have Middle Eastern blood.
Well, then that's
I
Chris.
Don't get it.
Chris, how does he deal with the shag?
Yeah,
carpet?
I'll tell you what. He is very confused about your morbidly obese reason for wiping while standing.
I didn't say morbidly obese. I didn't say
a big guy.
I just said you're not small, and I'm thinking about moving the parts around.
Yeah, you're saying because he's a big guy, it's gonna be hard. There's more stuff that's gonna like crowd in on him when he stands up. But like, I'm a skinny guy and I do the exact same thing.
Well, that's why I want to know more. I want to know more. So
I don't arch the back. I don't need to.
So you sort of are handicapping yourself. I mean, by the way, Chase, when we started this podcast,
I feel like you're handicapping yourself when you sit down.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Chase, when we started this podcast, I did not know that we were going to be spending 20 minutes on wiping assholes. I apologize. But there's no stopping now.
I know. We got to get in here.
So, literally, that's what we're talking about them getting to get in there. So, Chris, so it just seems like it's handicapping because you have full access. Look, if I were doing a surgery and the medical students had clamps and were pulling open the field so I could get access to things to say do a cleansing,
Enema.
Oh my God. No. We do an IND. We're trying to, clean the tissue out. And then I said, no, let it just come together. I'll kind of do the best I can. Just let the whole thing fold up, and I'll kind of get what I can out of there, as opposed to spreading the field so we can get a good look at it and full access to everything. You see what I'm saying?
Drew, we're not doing surgery here. Your hand is going to keep it open while you do the job.
Everybody,
regardless of how.
This is Chris's first. This is Chris's first appearance on Dr. Drew After Dark, and it is an A+.
Okay.
A+, Chris. A+.
Chris is the moral compass of the studio.
Chris gets
if Chris is on your side, you're on the winning side.
A+. I understand, but so Chris, let's help at least Catherine understand why you would do that. That's her question. Why not go for the full access and lean a little bit? Why make it more difficult to yourself, or make the case that it's somehow easier?
It is 10 times easier.
Because
you're in a more comfortable position, and B, you have all angles available to you to however you want to angle your arm. Like you can go in from behind, you can go in. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like you don't have this obstacle in your way that you have to work around just to get into the butthole.
You're talking about the toilet seat.
Yes.
Okay.
I am buying this argument.
I'm with him so far. I'm with him. And any issues? Have you found any pitfalls with this technique? Anything that you have to watch out for that the average seating wiper would not be aware of?
I haven't had any problems that I haven't had sitting down.
Who uses a little?
Because I've tried sitting down as well, and it's definitely not more comfortable.
Who uses a wet wipe or what they call them, chucks or something? And who uses a little water? Anybody? You use a bidet. Anything else necessary for anybody?
I use a bidet. And also, I don't know if this also makes me weird, or maybe I do this because I'm a bigger guy, but I also my toilet paper instead of scrunching it up like an animal.
What do you do with it? You fold it?
I fold it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay, so that's normal.
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
cool.
I think it's dealer's choice. You know what I mean? It's dealer's choice. And by the time you get now, do you guys? Here we go. Are you guys mostly solid movers? I mean, things are pretty solid when they get through you.
Or is there
a little motion?
runny?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Like on Mondays, it's a little runny.
Okay, Chris. I'm guessing Chris is pretty solid.
Yeah, they're solid for the most part. I mean, if it's a wet one, it's going to be a mess regardless if you're sitting down or standing up.
So you tell yourself.
Oh, well, so I know myself.
First of all, slow clap for Chris, everybody. Yeah, Chris, there's a full round of applause. I thought Annie was the only one that could really hold his own with the brown back there. But Chris fully holds his own with the brown.
Wow.
So we tell Catherine, Chris, last thought is that her concerns and her dismay is unfounded. It's sort of a personal choice, and you would argue not only is it a personal choice, there's advantages.
Exactly.
Okay, Catherine, I hope you're happy with that.
I get it.
But I do appreciate Catherine's question because did that send us in a direction?
I would say, Catherine, open up your mind and know that other people don't brown like you, and that they're normal if they don't brown like you.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a little defensive. I felt a little aggression as it was coming out. I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure what you even meant by that, dude. I don't even know you when you talk like that.
Job's upset.
I'm so upset. I'm so upset for someone saying I wipe like an idiot.
No idiot. No. I think you guys should not feel defensive. It's just a little unusual. And when you, as a non-standing wiper, think about it, you think of these like, it seems like a problem.
Hold on. Where are you getting your data from that it's unusual that people wipe standing up?
Send your emails to drdrewafterdark@gmail.com and we will take a little tally.
A little poll.
Yeah, a little tally. Or is there someplace else, Nadav, you want them to go? You want them to go to?
Ooh, you know what? Go to the community tab. We're going to have a poll.
Okay.
And you could say whether or not you wipe standing up or sitting down.
Good.
And I'm in the sitting down train.
I'm sitting down too, but I'm not discriminatory.
I'm interested to see if girls do it standing up as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Catherine was so upset. It's like such a violation of the female sensibility.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Chase, anything around there you want to pick off our list? You want to hear another voice message when we're maybe a TikTok before we go?
I wanted you to take a look at this Dr. Drew tattoo.
I was afraid you were going to say that. So there is a Dr. Jean's tattoo. Hey, Hitler. Well, look at that.
Can you believe that?
Look at that.
I got a sneak peek before you got here.
I do have, we have an email from him. Keep my tight, Dr. for governor. Chris, he must be a Californian. Chris, I am moved beyond belief. Do me a favor. We need to put the rational revolution in there too, just to kind of.
You're telling them to add on to this?
I think I am. I think I am because I really want the full effect. And I know that, listen, anybody that's committed enough to your mom's house to do this, but I'm distracted by something. Everybody, what is it? The dancer in the background on the wall there with penis?
Oh,
do you see that?
I do.
Or does it say Pernod or something?
Penis.
Pernus. Do you see that?
Pornis?
Pornis.
That's an ER. That's a PERNIS. There's a poster on the wall, and it's kind of weirdly like a doctor's office. So it must be the tattoo parlor, right? He must have just had this done. No?
No, this looks like it's scabbing a little bit. I was actually about to ask, does that look like staph infection right under your forearm?
Under my forearm.
Just on the left.
I'm looking.
Bottom.
Under my left arm or his left?
Yeah, right there.
It's funny, I'm colorblind, and so I can't see anything there. It just looks like a well-healed. It looks normal to me. So, Chris, we love you. I love you. I can't believe you did this.
Well, you know what I love about Chris, too, is that he's such an OG fan of this show specifically. Can you tell what shirt he has on?
Yeah.
Anal begins after 50.
It's the very first shirt we did.
Which was the OK sign.
Yeah, the OK. Nothing bigger than the OK sign.
Nothing bigger than the OK. So, Chase, I'm so embarrassed, but you had to go down this path. So, somebody, when I was being indoctrinated, and that's not mince words. This whole thing has been an indoctrination for me.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe we talk about these things.
Yeah.
But somehow I'm here. It's a weird talk about slippery slopes. That's why I worried about you going down slippery slopes because I'm certainly falling down with myself. But early on in the show, they were asking me about putting things in the bum or something, and I said, look, generally. Just the OK sign. Nothing bigger than the OK sign in the 80s. Yeah, that's just a good rule of thumb.
Rule of thumb.
Yeah. And the thumb can go.
And
the
this
OK
is
sign.
Anal after 50.
Well, that's a different thing.
Okay, that's different.
My wife said that.
Oh, how
my wife
fun.
on Christina's podcast.
Yeah.
How fun. So will you be able to generate any stand-up from this appearance?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about
Wouldn't
that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
But that'll be fun.
Create some stuff. And
I think I'll have to.
What you were actually experiencing as opposed to what you told us you were experiencing. Yeah. You can actually speak your mind in front of the audience. So I don't have enough. I don't have enough thanks to give Chris. I literally feel humbled. That's humbled. Yeah. And I don't think anybody's ever done that for me.
I'm sure there's more tattoos.
People have always asked me that. My first impulse is I want to give you a referral to a laser tattoo removal service, which I'd be happy to provide for you. That's my most deepest instinct when I look at that. Like, let me show you how you can take that off if this becomes a problem.
Yeah.
But I am Chris. I am moved beyond expression. Literally. So we thank
another
you, my friend.
slow clap for Chris.
I think it's even like this is another Chris.
Yeah.
This is Chris's show. All Chris's and Catherine's. You guys made this show. What's that?
Autumn Kathy 06. And
Autumn Kathy 06.
There were so many Cathys.
That's another Kathy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So Catherine's and Kathy's and Chris's. Oh my. It's over.
That's it.
But I'll have to come visit you on the set of
100% we'll make that happen.
If I could bring one of my sons particularly, he would die.
Really?
He would die.
We'll make this happen.
Oh my God.
How exciting. We should get you on the show.
Oh my God. That's too much.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
I'm going to put in a word.
Oh my God. That would be beyond. And they can have some real fun with me too, as you see.
Oh yeah. They can have fun.
So you see, I go with it, as they say. Oh, wow. Everybody, we appreciate it. Chase, what's coming up?
I'm on tour with Christina till the end of the year through January right now.
That's going to be fun. Have you toured before with her?
Mm-hmm. We were on tour and then the pandemic happened.
What? The what?
The world shut down for a bit.
Is this tour got a name?
It's the Ride or Die tour.
That sounds right.
Fantastic.
Something like that.
Well, that was one the tattoo was Ride or Die. Yeah. So that must be it.
It was the Ride or Die tour before the pandemic, so I think it's the same name.
Right. Not F My Stoma?
No
longer that one. So, by the way, the F My Stoma brought great joy to some of my stoma patients and friends.
Oh.
They thought it was the greatest thing. To sort of make fun of that because it's
F my stoma.
Yeah.
It brought joy.
It brought joy. It brought joy to stoma patients.
Oh boy.
Because, well, a friend of mine who had a stoma briefly, because it's often taken back down again, right? But that her husband wanted to continue having sex with her was such a sign of how into her he is and how much he loved her and all this.
I get that.
Yeah. And so if you really question your spouse's motivation, get a stoma.
Then you'll know.
Then you'll know. Then you know. And we now have a thing like he literally said, I don't care if you have 2 stomas. In fact, I think it's my wife. I would still have sex with you if you had 2 stomas.
Oh, what a guy.
Yeah, that's nice. I distinguish myself with things like that. So we will leave it at that. Everyone, Chase, anything else you want to say? Website, Twitter,
ChaseO'Donnell.com. Social medias at Chase_O'Donnell. And I just want to say thank you for having me and showing me all these wonderful things today.
It is. You're welcome to your mom's house.
Yeah, thank you. Wow.
It's a lovely place. It is sort of like that magical Disney World you always imagined coming to when you were a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like that.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.